Welcome to your daily focus, January the 17th, 2023. It's going to be one of those days, where we're really going to get to the heart of the matter. We're going to do some research. We've got it all planned. But as the day starts to move along and the moon changes signs, we'll be more towards, that stirring of a need, going for an adventure, an opportunity, bringing something in, some kind of change, some kind of improvement in our life. So we will be flipping the switch as we move through the day. But let's start at the beginning. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. We have the 17 energy today. The 17 energy is about making the impossible possible. Where you thought you could not go forward, you can. And you realize this. You get clarity, you get knowledge, you get understanding coming in today. Now, if we go 1 plus 7, it is an 8 energy, and that is about abundance. That is about embracing our strength, our courage, taking a risk on ourselves, walking with integrity, forward march, right? If we look at the numerology of the day, we go 1 plus 8 plus 7, and that ends up being a 16, and that is all about awakenings. This is where we close doors on our yesterdays, on the past. We allow healing in and transform ourselves and feel lighter and fresher and freer because of these things. We are preparing ourselves in this full moon energy to walk into a new moon. So we don't want to carry all that baggage with us going forward. So the 16 energy comes in. Now, if we are too stubborn to release it ourselves, sometimes it happens because we need to be on a path. We need to be at a certain place. So this is where walls can come crumbling down in our lives. But, take the bull by the horns. Okay? Look for yourself where you need to let go, release, complete in your life. And take steps towards doing just that. Now, 1 plus 6 is a 7, so it's standing in our truth. And maybe something has not been allowing you to stand in your truth. Maybe you've given your power away to somebody else, or you've been working on somebody's agenda rather than your own. So this is where you bring that empowerment back to you. And stand in your truth and make sure that you are okay, because nothing is going to be okay. Nobody around you can be okay if you're not okay. So you have to be the priority. You have to be the number one on the list. Sun is in Capricorn, and the moon, it starts out in Scorpio, but shortly after lunchtime, the moon will move into Sag, at least in my time zone. So, give or take a couple of hours. I'm in Canada, so we have it's Mercury and Mars. Mercury and Mars. So Mars is just gone stationary direct. Mercury will go stationary direct tomorrow. But that we'll still feel it. Remember the pendulum, right? So really, Mercury is just hanging up here somewhere, just ready to go forward again. But it's going to take time. It's going to take momentum. Same with Mars. It started to move forward, but it's moving forward very slowly. It hasn't picked up the speed that it usually travels at yet. So they're kind of been talking since, I don't know, the 12th or the 13th or the 14th, somewhere right around there. And they will continue to talk until I think it's the 24th or the 25th. So, this is a perfect time to journal, because we're going to be coming back through this energy again. So I think I mentioned it yesterday. I'm mentioning it again today. I'll be quiet about it after that, I promise. But this is a good time to write down the things that you're thinking of, the things that you're talking about, the things that you're reading about, the things that you are taking in. Because you are going to be revisiting this area of your life. And once Mercury goes direct, we still have another, I think, 10 days of shadow, right? Where we will be crossing over a lot of the same energy. So Mercury and Mars, it quickens our the things that we're doing, our thinking. We're acting a little bit faster on things, moving forward. We're not stopping and hesitating and thinking it through as much as maybe we should be. But the energy does kind of give you this energy of talking about what you are planning, what you are doing, and your ideas for the future. And you'll do this with maybe anybody who will listen. Okay, so make sure that you're talking to the right people, the people that can actually help you move forward in the way you want, support you in the way you want. But this is a good time to get behind a worthy cause. This is a good time to get behind you being the worthy cause, right? Maybe grow your stature in the community. Or maybe you're trying to convince others. This is the kind of energy where we could actually be doing it, because we've been doing a lot of thinking about this stuff. So it's all up there, and I think those two working together, there's a little bit of harmony. Now, that's not to say things aren't going to change in another week from now, okay? So you may be set on doing certain things and saying certain things now, but I think more information still has to come in order for us to make some final judgments, final calls, final decisions. Although we are starting to make some of those decisions, aren't we? We're feeling pretty concrete about where we're going or what we're stepping into, or where we want to at least focus our attentions. Maybe we don't know how we're going to do it yet, but we feel that pull towards certain areas of our life and improving them in some way, some manner. Now, be very careful about this energy, because with Mars involved, we could get overpowering. We could be a little quick with our temper if people start disagreeing with us or telling us what they think and we don't agree with what their words are. So we might just be, we want to move fast in that conversation, right? So we're going to say something kind of nasty back to shut the portal there on them. And that might not be the best thing, because you're going to create enemies, you're going to create rivalries, you're going to create maybe some kind of scandal, like you wouldn't believe they had it out in the hallway, right? That kind of stuff happening. So we want to avoid that. So just take it back, keep your calmness, keep your coolness, be diplomatic as much as you can. Try and remove some of that emotion from what you are doing. Venus is also talking to Jupiter, and so I don't think it's that great of a conversation, actually, because I think it's not a complete square. It's a semi-square, maybe. Anyways, they're bickering up there. They're not getting along. We like it when Venus and Jupiter get along. Okay, we don't like it because now we may want to overdo things, and we really have to keep ourselves in check. Yeah, we want to expand. Yes, we want to grow. Yes, we want change in. But we want to also tame that impulse to just full blown. Okay, so reel it in as much as you can. Okay, don't let that excitement get too far ahead of you and push you into areas that you're not ready to go yet. Okay, let's get to the cards. Okay, we have, for our shadow card, look at that, the Ten of Cups. This is our happily ever after. This is our best life ever. So I guess we should be imagining that today. I mean, we do have Venus and Jupiter there, and even though they're bickering, it's a beautiful energy in which to grow your dreams. Put more things into your horizon. What does it look like? Are you outside? Are you inside? Are there people around you? Are there furnishings? Is there a ceiling, or are there trees? What's the landscape look like? What are you doing? How are you dressed? How are you wearing your hair? And see yourself smiling and people shaking your hand and congratulating you, saying, I knew you could do it. If anybody could do it, you could do it. Wow, look at this. Look at what you've created for yourself. Look at what you've mastered. Look at where you are today. That's the happily ever after. So if we had to keep our sights on something today, I'm thinking it's this. So through meditation, through prayer, look at the big picture. Look at what you want to step into, because you'll very easily be able to identify the things that are holding you back. Very easily be able to identify those things. And that is preparing ourselves, utilizing that 16 energy to our advantage. Okay, our first card. Look at this 10 of Wands. Yeah, we got to... Okay, we are trying to get to the castle. I don't know if you can see the castle. Let's see here. Where is it? It's way, 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 way there in the background. Far off in the distance. And look at our steps. I know we're hunched over. Every step is... Boy, we have to be very determined to even take that step. It's almost like we want to quit. It's going to take us forever and a day. We're not light on our feet. We can't break out into a small jog, skip on the way. We have this large sack full of our responsibilities, our obligations, and the things we are taking forward with us, and we need to stop. We need to take that bag off of our shoulder. We need to lay it out. Take all those wands out of the bag and lay them out. So look at your life right now. And look at your obligations and your responsibilities and what you do and what you want to do and what is just part of your life. And when you start to do that, you're going to see that some of those things have great potential and you need them to go forward. I mean, there's growth on them. But some of it's just deadwood. So once again, the 16 energy kind of comes into play here on we need to get rid of the deadwood. We need to stop carrying around the things that we've made an obligation for ourselves. We made a commitment to ourselves to keep it in some way, and it's not working. It's utilizing all of our energy in one area, and it's zapping us of maybe our energy, maybe our resources, maybe our time. You know, you might be that wonderful parent that's helping your adult child. Maybe they're a single parent or something and they need to work, and so that you're providing the babysitting, and that's cool. That is wonderful, and bless you for that. But you also have to put limitations on it. You have to say, you know what, I'll do it for these days. But you also have to find placement for these days or somebody else, because I need those days for me. You can't take over being the parent again, as much as you want to. Because you need to concentrate on you, your health. I've seen some grandmas, and they're exhausted. They're exhausted. The kids run them ragged, and they already did their time. So yes, and we want to be with our grandchildren. We want to love them and appreciate them and spoil them rotten. But at the same time, we have to think of ourselves. So what kind of, maybe it's a sibling. Maybe it's a sibling who is always leaning on you. Maybe it's a good friend. Or maybe it's just a friend that you have that, you don't even consider them that much of a friend. But here they are again, draining the life out of you. And so be aware of that. And set some firm boundaries so that you are protected. Now, I'll tell you this one. And if you're a longtime viewer, then you know it. But if you're kind of new to this, maybe you don't. Anyways, every morning, start out by asking for mirrors to be placed around you, facing outwards. Now, you could make it look like these big, like mine are big, solid oak frame, beautiful, antique kind of mirrors. They're just gorgeous, and they're all facing outwards. Now, you could put yourself in a disco ball, right? You want something to reflect the image outwards. Okay? So surround yourself with mirrors around you facing outwards. The reason we want them to face outwards is because evil can't stand to see itself, can't stand to look at itself. So as evil approaches you, it has to back away. It has to go back from where it came. And I'm not saying your friends are evil, okay? Or negative energy even, okay? If you want to simplify it a little bit. And goodness attracts goodness. So when goodness comes around you, more goodness seems to start coming around you. Now, you'll be amazed when you do this for a couple of days, because all of a sudden, those people, those Klingons, they just disappear in your life. There's no argument. Their routine takes them in a different direction. And, those kind of relationships and you'll be surprised by the relationships that just aren't anymore. All of a sudden you're realizing, hey, this person doesn't come around anymore. And that person. Okay. It keeps you safe without harming anybody in the process. And if they sent negative energy towards you, it just bounces back to them. So shame on them for doing that in the first place. So, try it. You'll be amazed. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords next. This is hard energy that we're walking through today, aren't we? Eight of Swords. Perceptions. Our perceptions change. Where we thought we were trapped. Where we thought we couldn't go forward. So this ties in with the 17 energy, right? Where we thought we were stuck. Where we thought we could not go forward. We see the way forward. It's somehow we were blindfolded. We didn't realize we were even blindfolded, so we thought we were trapped. We thought we couldn't move forward, but we realized that our hands are free and we rub and the blindfold comes off. And we see exactly how to go forward. So, that mind shift can be there today. And it's all about the mind and moving forward with Mars and Mercury. So allow those thoughts to, think through your strategies, your plans, what's holding you back, what's allowing you to move forward, what doesn't belong in your life anymore. Because it's very powerful energy to help you release those things, help you close the door on it and leave it in the past. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. Oh, we feel like throwing in the towel though, huh? Boy, it's been a hard journey for us all. Really. Here we sit in front of the door of abundance. And we're tired. And we don't know how close we are to that door because we have our back to it. And this is what happens so often in life. We quit just before we, it was just one more step. But we didn't know it was one more step because we took 3,000 steps to get to here. And we just couldn't do another 3,000, but we could have done one more. We could have done one more step we could have taken. And maybe, just maybe, one more after that. If we stand up and we stretch and we turn around and we look at what's around. So, that's a little bit of this kind of energy too, right? We look for the first time at what's around us. What can we grab onto? So it's a time when we want to throw in the towel. So it's ultimately important that you don't, that you stand up straight and taller, that you brush yourself off, that you stand up and you turn around and you'll see that door of abundance. What's on the other side of that door? We are preparing for this new moon. We are preparing to walk through that door. What's on the other side? So that takes us right back to our shadow card of the day, our best life ever. Okay, let's get a mantra card. And I hope you do have mantras and affirmations that you say throughout the day, especially if you catch yourself with a negative thought, that you have something very quick to say. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am special. I am a miracle. Miracles flow my way. Miracles flow to me and through me. Money flows to me and through me. Love flows to me and through me. And I do have the new moon affirmations. We are coming towards the new moon. So it's usually in one of the boxes that show up at the very end of the video. I might even have the link in the description box. I think I might. It's about 8 to 10 minutes of just one affirmation right after the other. And if you listen to it on a regular basis, then thank you so much. I truly appreciate it because it is a compliment. But what I would like you to do is grab a piece of paper and a pen and write down some of the affirmations that you want to say to bring in that energy, to make it a reality in your life going forward. So it's there So utilize it as a tool to move yourself forward and have some affirmations to say on a regular basis. We have vacation. Take time for relaxation and adventure. Take time for relaxation and adventure. And you know, the moon moving into Sagittarius, we are going to want to go on the adventure. I don't know about the relaxation as much, but you know, it's all about travel too, Sag, right? So very, very much so. We could be kind of getting this kind of energy as we go towards our tomorrow. We start to think of vacations. We start to think about time off. We start to think about replenishing ourselves, recharging our batteries, taking care of ourselves. So, we all deserve to rest. Time for long sleeps, massages, sunbathing, playing in the snow. Rejuvenate and nurture your mind, body, and spirit with plenty of rest and simple pleasures. Explore the universe as it is filled with wonder, joy, and magical things. You may be going away on a family vacation, maybe a short getaway. How about a romantic trip? It's important to remember the everlasting memories and the bonds that you are creating in the moment. The mantra is, I enjoy a vacation to rest and rejuvenate my mind, body, and spirit. We should all be taking downtime each and every day, even if it's only for 5 minutes. You know, do some breathing exercises while you're standing in line instead of staring down the cashier because they're calling for assistance again on the phone. Oh, I'll be glad with Mercury retro. Today I was in line, actually. I was purchasing a couple of things, and I needed these couple of things, so I didn't want to leave them, or otherwise I might have walked out. But this guy had 4 different brackets, all with the same products in each one, but I guess he had to buy them like one coupon per purchase. Per purchase, so he had it, so he was going to be making like all these purchases, and everything that could go wrong with each one of them did go wrong, and they constantly, it was like yeah, so this happened now, and the computer was giving him 90% off for the things that didn't have a coupon. Oh my gosh, it was just it was like forever and a day. Oh my gosh. So, but that's Mercury retrograde, and it's going to happen, and you should prepare yourself for it, so that when these things happen, you go with the flow and you breathe and you relax and you just do some deep breathing exercises and let go of a little bit of that stress that you've already carried into that situation. Our animal for today is the sea otter, happiness. So that goes right along with our shadow card of the happily ever after. So be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let go of worry and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. Look at that. And there's our little puffin up there. He's so cute. And the sea otters, so happiness. We have happiness. And then here we are, vacation. So stop getting so stressed out. Start relaxing a little bit. Start breathing a little bit. Work in some fun time for you. And maybe it's with other people. Maybe it's just you alone. But make sure that you have time for giggles and laughter and dancing. And I heard dancing in the sunshine. So somebody must be thinking about doing that out there or needs to. The sun is good for us. It lightens our soul. It makes us happier. It makes us feel alive, right? When it's a cloudy day, it's dark, it's dreary, we don't feel as motivated. So that sun, get out there and feel it on your face. Feel the wind going through your hair. Take a walk in nature. Treat yourself to a bubble bath. Do something nice for you. Okay, on a daily basis, absolutely. But the cards here are saying we need to do this. We need to rest. We need to recuperate. We need to recharge our batteries. So everything right now, I think, is mainly in thought rather than action. Okay, so don't be so quick to jump to the starting line and start going towards the finish line. Okay, more information is probably going to come in over the next week or so. So you want to take your time if you can. And take some time for you so that when you are ready to go forward, You go forward with a lightness, with a freedom, with a liberation that just motivates you to move forward with a grace towards abundance. Anyways, until we meet again, remember, I do love you.